Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to a Lena Mystic video. Today is a October prediction for all Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising. We're gonna go ahead and just get into this reading. We've got some cat tarot cards, we've got some spirit animals, and some hero's journey. Based off of the cards that you guys already have, I'm definitely sensing that you guys do not spend enough time in your own energy. One of the cards that came out and is a huge energy reading, energy in this reading is me time. It says, enjoy your own company. A lot of you guys feel like you have to be in someone else's own, like their space, and you feel kind of dependent on being in someone else's space, but it's time for you to be okay with being in your own energy. This is very healing for you, and it also is where you can get a lot of power in yourself. And honestly, independence is power to a certain extent. So if you are a sun, moon, or rising in Sagittarius, then it is definitely time for you to be okay with being in your own energy. It's time for you to be okay with doing things yourself. Some of you guys I'm hearing don't even have like maybe let's say you don't have a passport but you really want to go somewhere, or let's say you don't have a driver's license and you always want somebody to drive you somewhere. These are the type of things that you need to claim your own independence in, so that when something really needs to happen or you need to do something, that you are capable of doing it yourself when necessary. A lot of you all also feel like if you're going somewhere, someone has to go with you, and you won't go at all if no one is going with you. And this is giving your power to other people in your life. So Sagittarius, it's time to step out and be courageous enough to do things by yourself, with yourself, and trusting that you can take care of yourself, and trusting that you are powerful, and trusting that you're safe as well. This is a big one. Trusting that you're safe. You don't want to be in a situation that is not safe for you or is unsafe for you, so you feel like every time you go somewhere you have to be with someone else. But when it comes to even being in your own house, it seems like you also want to be in someone else's space. So just be okay with being in your own energy, especially because you suck up a lot of energy too. You need to clear your energy. And this is what's going to help it, that alone time that you spend to yourself. Porcupine spirit, time for a beginner mind. So there's something that you're learning right now, some type of schooling that you might be doing in the month of October. There's something new that you're doing or you need to put into action. There's something new that you're looking into, some new project that you're doing. And go for it. Like, definitely go for it. And also realize it is okay that you don't know everything. Everything isn't for everybody. Like, you're talented at pretty much everything, Sagittarius. But the only thing is you aren't investing in anything. Like, you should pick something that you can invest in for at least a little while, so you can get to know yourself in it and learn from it. And I see you picking up a new talent or a new hobby this month that could be really rewarding for you to learn from. So let's see what it says in the book. Page 48. Says, when porcupine spirit calls your name, you're being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. So have an open mindset. You may come with beliefs that you already have about this certain thing, or fears that you already have about this certain thing, but you're being asked to be encouraged and be courageous when you face it. The old confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of surprises hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world with fresh new eyes can help you find what you've been asking and seeking for. Whether it's a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that you have, all you need right now is to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine spirit asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There's so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately and assuming you will be hurt before you've seen any signs that such a reaction is called for? We were just saying this, guys. You're expecting yourself possibly to get hurt, and you're being very defensive because you're preparing yourself before you get hurt, and you're already a vulnerable person, so you're trying to protect that vulnerability, which is fine, but you need to be selective with where you use that energy, because there's a lot of times where you actually need to be defensive and you're not. So you haven't yet learned how to place those actions accordingly, and that's something that's necessary right now. Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary when you are meant to be open and curious. Self-protection is a good thing, but you may be protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead will bring you abundance, happiness, and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing a porcupine to float in water. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. I don't like that word. Like buoyant. Like, why is that a word? All right, I'm trying to be serious. Anyway, guys, you are being prickly and pointy and not even scary, but you're being prickly to the people that are actually looking out for you, and you're not channeling that energy when you actually need it for the people that are like that have bad intentions. So your discernment is needed right now, but because you spend time in everyone else's energy, you're not able to discern, and it's making it more difficult for you to use that power that you have naturally. So take more time to yourself, nurture yourself more often, and spend more time in your own space so that you can use your sixth sense. The other cards we have is Seven of Wands. This is telling me that you are becoming a little feisty, a little zesty this month, guys. In the month of October, you are definitely like protecting your energy, but be cautious about where you're protecting that energy, because just like Porcupine Spirit says, you are thinking that certain things that are good for you could hurt you, and because you're so invested in it, you're scared to invest in something that may not turn out the way that you want it to, but you're actually protecting yourself from something that's good, not something that's bad. So be cautious and considerate of that. Let's look at what Seven of Wands says in the book. It says, self-protection and opposition. Whenever success is achieved, challenge soon follows. This is a card of status, indicating that you have reached a position of standing and respect, but opposition will be mounted against those who have the higher ground. Be steadfast and consolidate achievements before trying to move on. Self-belief is crucial if you are trying to defend your hard-earned eminence. So just be aware that certain people are gonna require you to protect yourself from them, but protecting yourself from everything is also protecting yourself from good things as well. So take the risk. Go ahead and take the risk. There's something new that you want to do. Go ahead and try to do it. It's okay if you feel that you failed, but at least you will have experience and you'll be able to do it again and have that experience under your belt. Knight of Cups. I love this card so much. It's just, I love the pouring of the wine, like a cat with wine. This is so cute. And the plants in the back. This is definitely giving the energy of, while I'm protecting my energy, I'm also letting myself be fluid with vulnerability. I'm letting myself be comfortable with who I am in my own skin. And I like this balance. So it seems like you're learning to navigate between protection of yourself and being vulnerable, and understanding that vulnerability doesn't make you weak, that crying doesn't make you weak. It makes you real, it makes you genuine, it makes you authentic, and you're starting to understand that the emotional side of you is still necessary. The World. You've got the World. This card is beautiful too. Love this card because I think that some of you guys are going to be traveling, and if you're not traveling, you're planning to travel, or maybe you're getting a driver's license, or maybe you're putting things into action to travel, to go somewhere. Some of you guys are just learning about another place, another civilization, another time period even, and this is beautiful too because you are venturing it through your mind and your third eye, and you're strengthening that third eye capability. Then the Hierophant. It seems like some of you all are being told what to do and how to do it and what's best for you. But it's really up to you to decide. So you can take in some people's input, just like we said, be open-minded to it. But just see if it's actually something that you're interested in. Some people that are close to you are going to have some advice for you. You get to decide if you follow that advice or not. It's not an end-all be-all. You don't just have to follow that advice. It's up to you. It's your life, you know? So you're going to get the benefits or the non-benefits from it. So it's for you to decide. A lot of you all may have something pressed on you. I'm even getting like someone talking to you about religion as well. And some of you all, some of you all are not really religious. You're more on the spiritual aspect, and it may make you feel uncomfortable. Or some of you all are religious, and then people are pushing more spiritual on you, and it's basically something that you're not interested in, and you're trying to politely be like, oh, okay, not interested. It's even like opportunities that people are presenting to you that they see you as, and you really don't resonate with it. Like, I don't want that job. I keep telling you I don't want that job, and you keep telling me that you want me to get it because you think this, that. You didn't ask me what I wanted. And that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing, is that people are pushing their own ideas on you, and it's not what you want for yourself. Like, let's say that you speak very loudly and people want you to be more quiet, or let's say vice versa, and you're like, that's not who I am. Like, it's just not who I am. And Sagittarius, I feel like this group is more quiet and more to themselves when it comes to vocalizing things. And people are like, well, why weren't you around when blah, blah, blah. And the reality of the situation is people should accept you as you are. And if they're not, just make it clear to them, this is a part of me. I'm not doing it because of whatever you're projecting onto me. I'm just being myself. So be honest about what, is happening. Be a little bit more confrontational this month too, Sagittarius, so that people can respect your boundaries. I'm seeing angel number 6 for you guys. But I do want you to be more honest about things. I think that will really help you during this month of October. And the High Priestess, you're going to really be embodying some deep, heavy positive energy this month. And that's because you're going to be spending some time to yourself, and you're going to be getting to know yourself. And I think that's beautiful, because everybody deserves that period where they just get to connect to their own energy. And let's see what the Hierophant actually says in here. It says institution, tradition, respect, morality, religious study. And we just talked about this. The Hierophant is a philosopher and spiritual leader. This card appearance indicates that the questioner is searching for answers to the meaning of life. Unlike the High Priestess card, which is funny because you also have the High Priestess, suggests looking for the answers within, the Hierophant represents a path followed by others before you, such as an established religion or other system of belief, particularly one that involves group work. So while you will be working with a group, you're also going to be working with yourself. So this is a balance of energies. You usually are channeling so much of the Hierophant, looking for more outward input that people are providing to you, but now you're also looking for that in yourself as well, and you're asking yourself, this input that someone gave, does this resonate with me and who I want to be? And that's a good place to be, guys. You're really smart. This card may represent a trusted spiritual leader, priest, or a therapist who is guiding you down a particular path of discovery. Remember to question what you were told rather than boldly and blindly following in another's footsteps. Avoid conforming for the sake of pleasing others. This card may indicate that you are focusing on the needs of a group rather than the individual. And this is why you're being urged to be in your own energy, so you can discern the difference. The High Priestess, foresight, perception, discovery, inner voice, silence. The High Priestess is a dignified figure of learning and wisdom. This is someone who is highly intuitive and able to divine hidden truths. They can see the subtle power of the feminine. When this card appears in a spread, it may represent a psychic revelation that comes through a dream. I also want to add, a lot of you can see like spirits and stuff too, and I know a lot of you may not be comfortable with that, but if you do see spirits, please put a ghost emoji in the comment section below. I can refer you to something that can help you if you are concerned about it. And I also just want to see how many of us do see spirits. Let's see. Some sense of a higher power in your life, or intense work on your spiritual self. It may be a new understanding illuminates your life purpose or will soon. This card possesses a quiet energy. Remember, I said that earlier. Suggesting a period of retreat from the world is needed in order to find your inner voice. We talked about this too. Being able to discern once you start spending time with yourself, being in your own energy. The High Priestess is a passive responsive force rather than a dynamic one. The message of this card is that sometimes it's better to sit, watch, and learn. What did we say earlier, guys? Time for a beginner mind. Sometimes it's better to sit, watch, and learn and wait for the inner voice to speak before responding to events rather than trying to direct them. This reading is so aligned, guys. I love this for you. I think this is going to be a great month for you because you're really tapping in to who you are and who you want to be in your life. And you deserve every bit of success that's coming from that because you're very special, Sag. You're very special. All right. It says a goal is reached. You have a completion, or you're going to have wholeness this month in October. There's going to be attainment. Efforts are rewarded, and one cycle is ending, and you're going to find belonging this month with the World card. When this card appears, it signifies a time in your life when you have reached the desired destination and can pause to appreciate it. So celebrate this month of October because you're finally figuring out who you are. You've been asking yourself, what is this purpose of life? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And now you're kind of figuring out that purpose is subjective. It's literally subjective. You get to decide what your purpose is in each moment of your life, and it changes constantly. So welcome in this new phase of your life, Sagittarius. This is going to be very monumental for you, especially approaching before your birthday. And I think that's pretty special. So enjoy this month, guys, and really lean into that wholeness that you can provide to yourself when you're in your own energy. Share this with any Sagittarius that you know, any Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising, and I will see you guys in another video. Make sure you comment down below as well and let me know if this was accurate for you.